who is very charismatic, very successful, and beloved by millions and millions of people. Absolutely awful person.
So when someone is being incredibly charismatic, how do you know if it's a part of their mask that they're wearing, or how do you know if it's genuine? And then if you start to spot that actually it's a mask, how would you actually then respond to that if you see it in front of you?
Most charismatic people are very performative. And in my experience, when I've talked to charismatic people, when they've come off the stage, when they're no longer the center of attention, I don't feel like they're looking at me. I feel like they're looking through me. There's something very different in their gaze. And I can pick up on it right away. I can feel it in my body. And that's when I'm like, no, all that stuff we saw on the stage, there's no there. And I'll end the interaction on my part. It's lovely to meet you, and I'm out. Like I won't do it. But what about that rarest of things, the charismatic, charming person who's a decent human being?
And maybe you don't have the gut intuition that you have because you've experienced everything you have.
I would say the first thing is, are they capable of having a balanced conversation and listening? So in other words, does the conversation have to be all about them? Or are they able to ask a question about you? So to meet someone charming and charismatic, they come off the stage, you're talking with them, and it's a real conversation. It's not them looking through the corner to what's the next best thing they need to get to. They track the conversation. You feel seen and heard. To the alternate, there's somebody I met recently who is very charismatic, very successful, and beloved by millions and millions of people. Absolutely awful person. Absolutely awful. Was asking me questions that were just rude. They were dismissive. I wasn't being seen, I wasn't being heard, and I was being given the bum's rush. And I'm thinking to myself, F you. I don't care if people think you invented fire. You do not have the right to behave that way. And I'll be frank with you, this is somebody who I know a lot of people like reading this person's work. I'm not referring people to this work because it felt like it was written by a relatively soulless person. Mm-hmm. And so can they, that charming and charismatic person, be present with you, hear you, not be dismissive, not monopolize the conversation. That's the sort of thing, to show genuine interest in you. And if they can do that, and you feel seen and heard, that's a good sign. And again, I'm not talking you meet a celebrity off a stage, and that's not the circumstance, because that wouldn't work. Obviously, they're going to be
1,000 people,
1,000 people all
them,
trying to clamoring. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm really talking about someone you're meeting in a circumstance where it would be appropriate to slow down and have a conversation, and that they are attuned to you and hearing you, and it's not the them show.